Have you ever noticed this body change? Your weight hasn't changed very much, but suddenly there's a small belly in the lower abdomen that wasn't there before. Your jeans feel tighter around the waist. Your midsection feels softer, and your body shape just looks a little different than it used to. Some women call it a pooch. Some call it menopause belly. Some call it a FUPA, which stands for fat upper pubic area. And sometimes you'll hear the phrase apron belly. But most women really don't know what that is, why it happens, or what's actually going on inside the body. Today we're going to clear all of that up because this change is extremely common during perimenopause and menopause. And understanding it can remove a lot of confusion and frustration. Welcome to the Bloom and Beyond podcast. In the last episode, we talked about the midlife body shift. We discussed how hormonal changes affect weight, muscle mass, metabolism, and body composition. And we talked about why the scale often doesn't tell the full story. But one of the most notable changes that women experience during this stage of life shows up specifically in the lower abdomen. So today we're going to take a look at that. Many women notice that their waistline becomes thicker, their lower belly looks softer, and their midsection appears different even at the same weight. And it can feel confusing. You might be eating the same way, you might be exercising, but your body shape is changing. And this is one of the most common concerns that women bring up during menopause. And the good news is there are real biological reasons why this happens. There are several terms that women commonly use to describe this change. A pooch usually refers to a small bulge in the lower abdomen. The term FUPA, which stands for fat upper pubic area, that refers to fat that accumulates just above the pubic bone. And then there's the phrase apron belly. Medically, apron belly refers to something called a pannus or a panniculus. This is when a fold of skin and fat hangs over the lower abdomen. And it can develop after pregnancy, significant weight changes, abdominal muscle separation, and aging and loss of skin elasticity. Some women do develop a mild version of this over time, but many women who say apron belly are simply describing lower abdominal fat and softness that develops during menopause. Understanding the difference can help women realize that this change is extremely common and very normal during midlife. There are several biological factors behind the lower belly changes that many women notice during menopause. Hormones change fat distribution. One of the biggest shifts during menopause is the decline in estrogen. Earlier in life, estrogen encourages fat storage in the hips and the thighs. But as estrogen declines, fat storage tends to shift more toward the abdomen. And this is why women who never carried weight in their stomach before may suddenly notice changes in their midsection. Another important factor is muscle loss. Beginning in our 30s and accelerating in midlife, we gradually lose muscle mass. This includes the deep core muscles that support the abdomen. When these muscles weaken, the abdominal wall becomes less supportive. Posture may change, and the belly can appear more pronounced. Sometimes what women think is belly fat is actually a combination of fat and reduced core support. Another factor that plays a role is cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. During midlife, many women are navigating a lot. Career responsibilities, family obligations, aging parents, sleep disruption, and hormonal changes. Elevated cortisol encourages the body to store fat around the abdomen. And this is why extreme dieting, over-exercising, chronic stress, and poor sleep can sometimes make abdominal fat more stubborn. Hormonal shifts during menopause can also affect insulin sensitivity. And this means the body may become slightly less efficient at managing blood sugar. When blood sugar spikes frequently, the body is more likely to store excess energy as fat, particularly in the abdominal area. And this is one reason why nutrition and movement patterns become especially important during midlife. Now, the question that most women ask is, what can I do about it? The goal is not perfection. The goal is supporting the body in ways that work with these changes. Strength training is one of the most effective tools for improving body composition. Muscle supports metabolism, blood sugar balance, and fat regulation. It also strengthens the core muscles that support the abdomen. Even simple resistance training 2 to 4 times per week can make a difference over time. Also, protein becomes more important in midlife. Many women are simply not eating enough to support muscle maintenance. Protein helps maintain lean muscle and supports metabolic health. Including a good source of protein with meals can help stabilize blood sugar and support body composition. Daily movement also plays a huge role in metabolic health. Walking is one of the most powerful and underrated tools for regulating blood sugar and supporting fat metabolism. Consistent movement throughout the day is often more helpful than simply trying to do intense workouts occasionally. Because the abdominal wall can weaken over time, core stability exercises can help rebuild and support. Exercises that strengthen the deep abdominal muscles can improve posture and abdominal tone. This doesn't mean endless crunches. It means strengthening the muscles that actually support the spine and the abdominal wall. Stress regulation is often overlooked, but it's incredibly important too. Chronic stress increases cortisol, which encourages abdominal fat storage. Sleep also plays a major role in metabolism and appetite regulation. When sleep improves, hormonal balance and metabolic health often improve as well. It's easy to become frustrated when the body changes in midlife, but these changes are not signs that your body's failing. They're signs that your body is adapting to a new hormonal stage. And when you understand what's happening, you can shift your focus from fighting your body to supporting it. So in closing, that midlife belly changes that many women notice is not about a lack of discipline. It's a result of hormonal shifts, muscle changes, metabolism, stress physiology, and aging. When you understand the science behind it, the conversation becomes less about blame and more about supporting your body in the ways it actually needs now. Midlife isn't about chasing the body that you had decades ago. It's about building strength, resilience, and health for the years ahead. And that's where the real confidence comes from. If this episode helped you understand what's happening in your body, please share it with another woman who might be wondering the same thing. And if you'd like more realistic conversations about menopause, midlife health, and living well during this stage of life, be sure to subscribe to the Bloom and Beyond podcast and give us a like, because midlife isn't about fading. It's about blooming and becoming.